All right, so it looks like someone's ready to master their mind.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some notes and excerpts here. It looks like from an ebook called Master Your Mind. And
Okay.
it seems like some serious self-improvement is on the horizon.
Well, it's interesting. This ebook, it's kind of a blend of ideas. It spans centuries, from like ancient spiritual practices to modern psychology.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a bridge between ancient wisdom and like today's understanding of the mind.
Yeah, I can see it.
But what really stands out, I think, is its emphasis on the power of thought
Yeah.
to shape our reality,
Oh, absolutely. Dives right into how our thoughts can actually manifest in our lives. And it draws on some pretty interesting evidence.
Oh, yeah.
From spiritual texts to quantum mechanics and psychology. It even mentions the observer effect
Right.
in quantum mechanics.
Yes.
Where just observing something can influence its outcome.
Exactly. And the ebook, it kind of suggests that our thoughts are like a lens
Okay.
through which we experience the world. And so if we're constantly, thinking negative thoughts, we're more likely to perceive negativity in our surroundings.
Right, yeah.
And on the other hand, if we cultivate positive thoughts, well, our perception of the world shifts too.
Yeah, it shifts accordingly.
Right.
So it's not just about positive thinking,
Right.
but about understanding how our thoughts shape our reality at like a fundamental level.
Yeah, yeah.
That being said, the ebook, it doesn't shy away from the fact that our minds can be a little, well,
Yeah.
a little insane sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
It describes the mind as often being irrational, illogical, easily swayed by external factors.
And this insanity isn't just limited to individuals,
Right.
The ebook kind of applies this concept to society as a whole.
Oh, okay.
You think about it, societal issues like conflicts, or environmental destruction, these could be seen as reflections of a collective mind that's out of balance.
That's a really interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
And, with the ebook mentioning that we're hit with like 2 million bits of information every second.
Yeah.
It's no wonder our minds feel overloaded.
Yeah, that's a lot to process.
That's a lot.
Absolutely. And, that constant barrage of information,
Yeah.
coupled with things like targeted advertising that's designed to, bypass our conscious awareness,
Right.
that makes mastering our minds even more crucial, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like we're in a constant battle, for control over our own thoughts and perceptions.
So how do we fight back? How do we start gaining control? Well, the ebook offers some pretty practical advice
Okay.
on building mental strength.
Okay.
And it really emphasizes exercise, diet, and controlling our environment.
You know what I find fascinating is this analogy the ebook uses.
Okay, what's that?
It compares the mind to a computer program.
Okay.
If we're inputting chaos, junk food, a messy environment, constant negativity, well, the output is going to be chaotic too, you know?
Right.
So it highlights how even something as simple as cleaning your room can create a sense of order and clarity, like in your mind.
It's like setting the stage, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
In a more focused, productive mental state.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting against a chaotic external environment,
Right.
you're creating a space that supports your internal well-being.
And this isn't about, overnight transformations. It's
Right.
about consistently building habits that empower us.
Yeah.
Empower us to take control.
So speaking of habits,
Yeah.
let's talk about reprogramming the subconscious.
Okay.
The ebook really highlights that the subconscious mind, this is the driving force behind our actions.
Yeah.
And one of the most, I guess, popular methods for influencing the subconscious is using affirmations,
Right.
repeating positive statements
Okay.
to try to rewire our thinking.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah. And the ebook, you know what it does? It kind of takes this a step further,
Oh, really?
suggesting that rhyming affirmations
Oh, wow.
might be even more effective
Interesting.
because they stick in our minds like, like a catchy jingle
Oh, okay.
or a song. So it's like tapping into the power of music or poetry
Yeah.
to influence our emotions.
Yeah.
But instead, we're using it to reprogram our subconscious beliefs.
That's really cool.
It makes you think about how,
Yeah.
even seemingly simple things like rhymes
Right.
can have such a profound impact on our minds.
Absolutely. It speaks to the power of language and how it can be used to shape our thoughts, our beliefs.
Right.
Now, while the ebook emphasizes, positive thinking and affirmations, it also delves into this concept that seems to, contrast with that.
Okay.
Shadow work.
Shadow work.
Yeah.
You know what? this idea of shadow work really piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
Because on the surface, it seems to contradict the whole law of attraction.
Right. Right.
Which
Yeah.
is about focusing on positive thoughts,
Yeah.
to attract what you want.
Yeah, you're right. They do seem like these opposing ideas.
Yeah.
But shadow work, as explained in the ebook, is about confronting and integrating those like darker aspects of ourselves.
Okay.
Those repressed emotions, those negative patterns that we tend to avoid.
Right.
It's based on the work of Carl Jung,
Okay.
who believed that these shadow aspects, they hold valuable energy and potential. Yeah.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
So the ebook uses this example
Okay.
of people pleasers,
Okay.
suggesting that they might need to embrace their shadow side, which is assertiveness,
Yeah.
in order to set healthy boundaries.
Right.
So it's not about ignoring or suppressing negativity,
Right.
but understanding and transforming it.
Exactly. And what's so fascinating is that both approaches,
Okay.
law of attraction and shadow work, they can both be valuable.
Right.
It's not about choosing one over the other.
Okay.
It's about finding a balance, I think,
Yeah.
that works for you.
Right.
It's like acknowledging that light and shadow both exist.
Yeah.
And both are necessary for wholeness.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It's not about denying the negative,
Yeah.
but understanding how it fits into the bigger picture of,
Exactly.
who we are.
Exactly.
And speaking of tapping into, deeper parts of ourselves,
Yeah.
the ebook also explores the power of imagination
Right.
as a tool for mental development.
Yeah, it kind of suggests that imagination might be how we access that vast storehouse of information and emotions,
Okay.
that we can't always consciously reach.
So the ebook really presents creativity as like a pathway
Yeah.
to self-discovery and mental growth.
It does, and it challenges us to push our creative limits,
Okay.
It suggests ambitious exercises like creating 100 paintings in a month
Wow.
or writing 1,000 words every day.
Those are some intense challenges.
It is. It's about diving headfirst into creative pursuits.
Yeah.
To unlock our potential, to gain new insights.
What stands out to you about that approach?
What's fascinating to me is that it doesn't dictate a specific method
Okay.
or outcome.
Okay.
It's more about the process itself,
Okay.
the act of creation,
Right.
as a way to unlock new insights and expand our mental capacity. It's like saying, don't worry about being perfect, just create.
I love it. It takes the pressure off the outcome.
Exactly.
Allows you to just focus on the joy of exploration and discovery.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of exploration,
Okay.
the ebook also dives into some unconventional creative tricks
Okay.
for attracting abundance.
Right.
And these tricks, as the ebook emphasizes,
Yeah.
are meant to be playful,
Okay.
almost like a game you play with your mind.
I like that.
Right. And these tricks leverage the mind's tendency to, blur the lines between real and imaginary. So the ebook uses the example of like carrying a lot of cash,
Okay.
even if it's just a small amount,
Right.
to kind of shift your subconscious money mindset.
Okay.
Because remember, your brain doesn't always distinguish
Right.
between what's real and what you vividly imagine.
So it's like you're sending a message to your subconscious.
Exactly.
Saying, hey, I'm the kind of person who has plenty of cash on hand.
Right.
And because the mind doesn't always differentiate,
Right.
between real and imagined, it starts to believe it.
It starts to believe it.
Exactly.
And the ebook suggests this principle can apply to other areas as well.
Oh, okay.
Like
Like what?
like tipping generously,
Oh, okay.
even if it's a small amount,
Right.
can create a feeling of abundance and generosity.
Okay.
It's like acting as if you already have an abundance of resources to share,
Right.
which can create a ripple effect both in your subconscious and in the world around you.
The ebook also talks about associating with wealthy people.
Oh.
Not to exploit them, of course.
Right.
But to observe their mindset, their energy, and absorb that.
It makes sense if you're constantly surrounded by people who embody an abundance mindset.
Right.
It's bound to rub off on you.
Absolutely. It's about aligning yourself with the energy you want to attract.
Right.
And that brings us to gratitude,
Okay.
which the ebook emphasizes as a really powerful tool for manifestation.
Oh.
It's like saying, thank you for what I already have, which then opens the door for more abundance to flow into your life.
It's like a positive feedback loop.
Exactly.
The more grateful you are,
Yeah,
the more you attract things to be grateful for.
absolutely.
I'm really fascinated by this concept of immersion
Okay.
that the ebook dives into.
Yeah.
Intensively engaging in new and challenging activities to kind of stretch your mind.
Right. Immersion is all about intentionally stepping outside your comfort zone,
Okay.
challenging your mind in new ways.
Right.
The ebook highlights several forms of immersion.
Okay, from learning a new language to traveling to different cultures.
Right.
These experiences, they can force your brain to adapt and grow,
Yeah.
rewiring your neural pathways,
Okay.
expanding your mental capacity.
And it's interesting how the ebook points out that even something as simple as practicing minimalism can be a form of immersion.
Oh, yeah.
Decluttering your physical space
Right.
can free up mental space, create a sense of clarity and focus.
Right. It's about simplifying your life, to create an environment
Yeah.
that's supportive of that mental growth.
Okay, so it takes it a step further though.
Yeah.
With what's it called? Painful immersion.
Yeah.
Which involves intentionally doing things you dislike.
Right. That sounds a little intense.
Yeah.
But I get it.
To build resilience.
Yeah.
So it's about confronting things that we typically avoid.
Right.
Pushing through discomfort.
Yeah.
To emerge stronger.
It's about reframing how we view discomfort.
And seeing it as an opportunity for self-improvement.
This concept resonates with me because I've read about, Stoic philosophers
Oh, yeah.
who believed in embracing discomfort as a way to strengthen the mind.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's not about seeking out pain,
Right.
but rather using discomfort as a tool for growth.
Absolutely. Yeah. However, the ebook does caution against diving into too many of these immersion experiences at once.
Right.
It's about choosing carefully
Right.
and committing to that process.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued by this section
Okay.
on exploring alternative frameworks.
Okay.
It seems like the ebook encourages us to step outside
Yeah.
our usual ways of thinking, consider different perspectives.
I like that.
It mentions a wide range of frameworks,
Oh, yeah. Like what?
from astrology and Ayurveda to Stoicism to traditional Chinese medicine.
It's about opening ourselves up to a whole new world of possibilities, and
Right.
ways of understanding the human experience.
Right.
Each framework offers this unique lens through which to view reality.
That's a good way to put it.
So, for instance, astrology explores the influence of celestial bodies
Okay.
on our lives,
Yeah.
while Ayurveda focuses on balancing those energies within our bodies.
So it's like having a diverse toolkit
Yeah, exactly.
for understanding ourselves and the world around us.
That's a great way to put it.
And the ebook quotes Seneca, the Stoic philosopher,
Oh, yeah.
who advises us to, you must linger among a limited number of master thinkers, he says,
Okay.
and digest their works.
I like that.
It's such an important reminder to be selective in our exploration.
Yeah.
It's not about superficially skimming through
Right.
countless ideas,
Yeah.
but choosing a few that resonate
Right, yeah.
and delving deep into their wisdom.
It's about quality over quantity when it comes to, expanding our mental horizons.
Right.
Finding those frameworks that spark our curiosity and challenge us to
Right.
think differently.
I'm really enjoying how this deep dive is highlighting the importance of lifelong learning
Yeah.
and continually expanding our mental horizons.
Absolutely. It's not about arriving at some fixed destination,
Right.
It's about embracing that journey of continual growth and discovery.
It's like we're on this incredible quest
Yeah.
to unlock the full potential of our minds
Right.
and create the most fulfilling lives possible.
And we get to explore more of that journey
Oh, got
in
it.
part 2
Yeah.
of this deep dive.
So we'll delve even deeper
Yeah.
into this fascinating world of master your mind
Right.
and uncover more of those strategies and
Yeah,
techniques
exactly.
that, hopefully our listener can apply to their own life.
Stay tuned for more mind-blowing insights in the next part of this episode.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you then.
Welcome back. We're diving right back into Master Your Mind. And I'm particularly intrigued by those creative tricks for attracting abundance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at first they sound a bit like magic,
Right.
but the ebook explains them in a way that, actually makes sense psychologically.
It all ties back to, how our minds perceive reality.
Right.
Remember, we're bombarded with this massive amount of information every second,
Mm-hmm.
and our subconscious is constantly, filtering and interpreting it all,
Yeah.
shaping our experience of the world.
And the ebook suggests we can influence this process.
Yeah.
Not just through thoughts,
Right.
but also through actions.
Oh,
Even if they seem symbolic or a bit out
Yeah.
there, you know?
Exactly. The ebook uses that example of carrying cash.
Right.
You know, in a digital age, it might seem a bit illogical,
Yeah.
but the physical act of having money in your wallet, even a small amount,
Yeah.
can trigger a subconscious shift in your abundance mindset.
It's like you're sending a message to your subconscious.
Right.
Hey, I'm the type of person who has cash readily available.
Exactly.
And since our minds don't always distinguish between real and imagined, they can start to believe it.
That's the idea. And the ebook suggests applying this principle to other areas too, like tipping generously,
Right.
even if it's just a small amount,
Yeah.
can create a feeling of abundance and generosity.
Right.
It's acting as if you already have ample resources to share,
Yeah.
creating a ripple effect, you know, internally and potentially even externally.
I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
Where your actions influence your beliefs,
Mhm.
which then influence your reality.
Precisely. The ebook also suggests associating with wealthy people.
Oh, okay.
Not to exploit them, of course.
Right.
But to observe and absorb their mindset, their energy.
Being surrounded by people who embody an abundance mindset could definitely have an impact.
It could. Just like it being around negative people can bring you down.
Exactly.
It's about aligning yourself with the energy you want to attract.
Right.
And that brings us back to gratitude, which the ebook really emphasizes as a crucial tool for manifestation.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah.
It seems almost too simple.
Right.
How does gratitude actually work to attract abundance?
Well, instead of dwelling on what you lack,
Okay.
you're focusing on appreciating what you already have.
Right.
This shift in focus, it can be incredibly powerful.
Okay.
It creates a positive feedback loop.
Okay.
The more grateful you are, the more you notice things to be grateful for, which further amplifies that feeling of abundance.
Now, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about immersion.
Okay.
This concept really intrigues me.
Yeah.
It's like a full-body, mind-expanding experience.
Immersion is about intentionally stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Okay.
And challenging your mind in new and exciting ways.
Yeah.
The ebook highlights various forms of immersion.
Okay.
From learning a new language to traveling to different cultures.
These experiences can be so transformative.
They can, yeah.
I know, forcing your brain to adapt and grow.
They force you, yeah. It's like rewiring your neural pathways.
Right.
Expanding your mental capacity.
The ebook even suggests that something as, seemingly simple as practicing minimalism can be a form of immersion.
Oh, yeah.
Decluttering your physical space can free up mental space.
Absolutely.
Leading to greater clarity and focus.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That resonates with me. I've definitely noticed that a cluttered environment can lead to a cluttered mind.
And then there's painful immersion.
Okay.
Which the ebook describes as intentionally doing things you dislike.
Right. That sounds a little intense.
It does, yeah.
But I can see the value in it.
Yeah.
It's like facing your fears head on
and
coming out stronger on the other side.
It's about reframing your relationship with discomfort.
Okay.
And seeing it as an opportunity for growth. However, the ebook does wisely caution against taking on too many forms of immersion at once.
Right.
It's about choosing carefully and committing fully to the process.
It's about finding a balance and avoiding overwhelm.
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm really curious about this section on exploring alternative frameworks.
Okay.
It seems like the ebook is encouraging us to, broaden our horizons, consider different perspectives on life and reality.
It mentions a really diverse range of frameworks.
Oh, yeah?
From astrology and Ayurveda to Stoicism and traditional Chinese medicine.
Wow.
Each framework offers a unique lens through which to view the world,
Okay.
providing different insights and tools for understanding the human experience.
It's like expand with your mental toolkit.
Yeah.
Gaining a more comprehensive understanding of yourself and the world around you.
Exactly. And I appreciate how the ebook reminds us to be selective in our explorations.
Right.
Quoting Seneca, who said, "You must linger among a limited number of master thinkers and digest their works."
It's about delving deep into a few frameworks that truly resonate with us, rather than superficially skimming through countless ideas.
It is, yeah. We should focus on quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Seek out frameworks that challenge our assumptions, spark our curiosity.
I'm really enjoying how this deep dive is highlighting the importance of lifelong learning
Yeah.
and constantly expanding our mental horizons.
It's not about arriving at some fixed destination. It's
Yeah.
about embracing that journey
Yeah.
of continual growth and discovery.
This has been a fascinating exploration so far,
It has.
and I'm excited to continue uncovering more insights from Master Your Mind in the final part of our deep dive.
We'll delve even deeper into the practical applications of these concepts
Okay.
and explore what it truly means to master your mind.
All right. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Master Your Mind. We've covered a lot of ground from, understanding how our thoughts can shape our reality.
To exploring, those unconventional techniques for attracting abundance
Right.
and expanding our mental capacity.
It's been a journey. And in this final part, I
Right.
want to focus on, I think, one of the most crucial takeaways from this ebook.
Okay.
The idea that mastering your mind, it's a lifelong process.
Right.
It's not about reaching some, magical end point where
Yeah.
you've achieved like perfect mental control,
Right.
but it's about embracing the journey and continuously striving for growth.
The ebook emphasizes that consistency is key.
Yeah.
It's not about trying a technique once and expecting miraculous results.
Right.
It's about integrating practices into our daily lives, like,
Right.
starting the day with a few minutes of mindfulness or incorporating gratitude exercises into our routine.
Exactly. Small, consistent actions,
Yeah.
they can lead to significant shifts
Yeah.
over time.
Absolutely.
It's like building a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
The more we exercise our mental muscles,
Right.
the stronger they become.
And it's important to be patient with ourselves throughout the process.
Yeah.
There will be days when our minds feel scattered
Absolutely.
and we fall back into old patterns.
It's a natural part of the journey. The key is to notice those moments without judgment
Right.
and, gently guide ourselves back on track.
The ebook also encourages us to celebrate even the smallest victories along the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Each step we take towards mastering our minds is a reason to acknowledge and celebrate, like, our progress.
Yeah.
Whether it's overcoming a limiting belief or, developing a new positive habit,
Right.
or just becoming more aware of our thought patterns.
Those small victories, they're important milestones on that path to self-mastery.
Yeah.
They remind us that we are capable of change
Right.
and that even the most challenging mental patterns,
Yeah.
they can be transformed.
Now, I want to touch on this really powerful concept that the ebook mentions.
Okay.
This idea that the universe doesn't distinguish between real and imaginary.
That's a powerful one.
This is where things get really interesting,
Yeah.
right?
We do.
If our minds have the power to create our reality,
Yeah.
as the ebook suggests,
Mm-hmm.
then what can we achieve? Like, simply through the power of our imagination.
It's a mind-boggling thought.
Right.
If we can vividly imagine something,
Yeah.
feel it as if it's already real,
Mm-hmm.
are we not, in a sense, already on that path to creating it?
The ebook seems to suggest
Yeah.
that the potential is limitless.
It is. It challenges us to ask ourselves,
Yeah.
if the universe doesn't distinguish between real and imaginary, what incredible things could we create simply by vividly imagining them?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really powerful question to consider.
And as we wrap up our deep dive into Master Your Mind,
Yeah.
I want to emphasize that the power to shape your reality truly lies within each of you.
Mm-hmm.
The tools, the techniques that we've discussed, these are valuable resources. But ultimately, I think the most important ingredient is your willingness to embrace the journey, to stay curious, to never stop exploring that incredible potential of your mind.
Well, this deep dive has given us so much to think about, so much to apply to our own lives.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of exploration.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
And until next time, keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.